You're most likely going to build your own, treat your partner, do things the way you saw your parents do it.
Hi! Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Oludapo series. Today we have a question here and I'll read out the question. The question says, what are the ways to let go or correct distorted view of marriage learned from home? You can open the floor, babe.
So this is such an important question because many people need to realize that the first and the biggest place that influences your view of marriage is your family. You're most likely going to build your own, treat your partner, do things the way you saw your parents do it. So if your dad was abusive, for instance, you probably would think that's the way to treat women. If something are not necessarily bad, but like this question now, in a case where the view is distorted, let's say, for instance, you grew up and you knew that saw other women. It wasn't faithful only to your mom, and you think that's okay. But now you're a believer, or you came across videos like this, and you're like, okay, I think this is not the best way, but I think that's the normal way. How do I go about it? My first point is simple. First, you have to be aware that the views you've learned, they are wrong. See, you can't take the journey to growth if you don't think there's any need to grow. So you have to first admit and accept, okay, you know what? I don't think that this thing I've learned is the best way. I don't think that this is the best way to do it. I don't think this is necessarily how to treat women. I don't think this is necessarily how to, let's say, for instance, you learn that your dad kept his money from his wife. The mom doesn't really know how much, he's spending, or like whatever it is. I don't know what the distorted view is. You have to first tell yourself that, okay, you know what, this is not the best. And if possible, do a self-work. Many a times you think you know something, but you don't know it, you've written it down. So write it down. What are the views of marriage that you pick from your parent that you want to change? List them out. Do that self-work, do the self-appraisal. Ask yourself questions and be honest with the answers. So
okay. Also, if you think that's not helpful enough, you can see a therapist, you can see a counselor, and don't forget to pray about it. God is willing to help more than you want to be helped. And that brings me to number 2, and it's something that I've said over and over again. Surround yourself with healthy marriages. Surround yourself with healthy marriages. You might come from a broken home where mommy and daddy went their separate ways, and that might affect the way you view marriage generally. And one thing I always say is, for every failed marriage you see out there, there are thousands of others that are working, right? So focus on the ones that are working. And we're in such a time where people are sharing tips that are helping them succeed and do marriage well. So look out for these things. People that are succeeding in marriage are sharing these tips daily. I mean, we're an example, right? So look for these people, follow them. Make sure your feed, your timeline is filled with positive and healthy examples and marriages that are working. And you realize the work might be slow, but you realize that it will help you over time.
And of course, the last point is you need to heavily invest in good marriage materials. And let me explain. I know some people hate on marriage books. Some people hate on relationship books, or courses or marriage events. Just like every time marriage events.
Love.
But for you can't join that debate. For people that they had good examples at home, yes, they can just get married and do it well. But you know that you have work to do. You have things to unlearn. You have things to learn. Then you will have to go the extra mile. Mr. A, who saw good examples from our parents, might not need to read a book. Or you, because you didn't see that example, you might need to read a book. So don't judge the work you need to do based off of what others are doing. They're not going for events. They will say, I'm the only one going for events. Go for the events. Take the course. Talk to a therapist. Talk to counselors. Listen to, ask married people questions. Why? You just need to do more work. So invest in it. Don't assume that, don't worry, I will do it well. From experience or statistics, you will always repeat the patterns that you saw if you actively do the work. So invest read books, buy books, and and of course, lastly is pray. You can't take the transformative power of God's Spirit. So let's just tell God, you know what? I've not seen good examples where I'm coming from. Help me. And he will lead you to good examples, good materials, and even help you do that self-work.
Yeah.
And it gets pray, of course, don't throw your Bible away, because that's part of it as well. So
yeah. So these are very important. I can't believe we just mentioned 3 points, but they're so powerful. So powerful. So thank you for watching. We hope you were blessed, literally. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your post notification, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you have questions, use the link in the description box. We will be here to answer your questions. Thank you again for watching. See you next week. Bye.